Joining us now, fresh off of being named an entire country's Athlete of the Year, Damian Warner, Olympic gold medal, the birth of your first child, Canada's Athlete of the Year. Not a bad year, no?
Not a bad year. I'm not sure how you could ever top it, but it's been really special.
Well, let's not try and top it just yet. We might walk down that road a little later on. But what's it like just kind of to hear your name will live on as one of Canada's greatest athletes forever?
Man, it's a crazy feeling just because I first and foremost, I feel sorry for all the people that had to pick the winner of this award just because Canada had an incredible year and there were so many great recipients. And I'm just truly honored to be the one that was chosen for this award. It's really special for me and my family, and especially after everything that we went through throughout COVID. I think this is kind of icing on the cake, and it's a really cool feeling.
Let me get to those other athletes, because earlier today, I was talking about how amazing it is to see the depth of the field and the sports that they compete. I mean, Maggie McNeil, 3-time Olympic medalist in the pool. Most countries swim. One of the greatest sprinters on planet Earth, Andre DeGrasse, a member of the world's best 11 in Alphonso Davies. We just saw him in Champs League action with another ridiculous dime. The best hockey player on the planet. For my money, the best women's keeper in the world in Stephanie Labbe. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. Does it make it more special when you kind of look at the list as just a sports fan?
It makes it more special, but it also makes it a little bit more awkward, just because.
Why?
I don't know. It's really tough to put into words. I think it's the same feeling that I had when I was asked to be the flag bearer for the closing ceremony, and I think it's because I'm a huge sports fan, so I respect and I know some of these athletes personally, and how much hard work that they put in, and the result, and how they carried themselves, and how they represented Canada. So it honestly could have went to any other one of these athletes. But like I said, I'm truly grateful to be chosen, and it's a crazy time of my life, and it's something that I know that one day in time I'm going to look back and just think that this was a really special moment.
I love eternally humble. That is awesome, and respect for fellow athletes, which is awesome because you know the work that they put in. I'm going to go back a little bit because I thought it started in my day with Donovan Bailey, but seeing Canadians do what they're doing on the world stage, I don't know that I thought that I would ever see it in a bunch of different sports. But do you see a new swagger, a new confidence in Canadians that we can compete in anything?
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, you see it all over the sports world. You have guys in the NBA, many more Canadians than there ever have been, and they're doing extremely well and contributing to their teams. In the track and field world, it's really taken a turn for the better. You see athletes winning medals much more. Gold medals started with Derek Drouin. He was one of the main guys and kind of the pioneer for our time to show us that winning an Olympic medal was a possibility, and it's kind of on the uprise, and I think it's going to continue that way. And it's really a great time to be a sports fan here in Canada, and I think it's making it really hard on these guys that have to decide on awards like this. But I think that's a good problem to have for our country.
All right, we're going to talk to a few of the panelists a little later on, but I think back to the pandemic, and I'm doing a radio show, or the midst of the pandemic. I'm doing a radio show from my closet, literally. And we were talking about how you and others had to come together to find a place to train. And for you, it was an old hockey rink. So tell me, first day in this old barn, did you think this was possible?
No. I mean, at that time, when we first went in there, I was like, okay, we have a place to train. I was optimistic at that time because we were literally out in the cold and we had nowhere to go. But after being in there for a little while, I started to doubt myself, and I would go on Instagram and see some of my competitors training in these beautiful places, and some of them were competing while we were in still lockdown, and they're doing really well. So I couldn't help but think I was falling behind. But luckily for me, I have a great supporting staff here in London, and my family, my friends, my coaches kept me on track. And luckily enough, we were going to the games, and I was able to reach some of these childhood goals that I had set for myself.
I think we find out a lot about ourselves and those around us in adversity. What was the teachable moment for you as you tried to get ready for the biggest moment of your career in an old hockey rink?
Yeah, I think that the biggest thing for me that I learned throughout COVID is that I'm a pretty adaptable athlete. I think it was one of those things that I've always prided myself on in the first place. But after dealing with COVID and going to the arena and not being able to compete and just everything that we had to go through, I think that I learned that I was adaptable. And going into the games, I think that that empowered me, knowing that whatever circumstance came up, if there was late buses, if the competition, if people started testing positive, whatever came up, I was going to be able to deal with in a positive way. And that's exactly what happened when I went to to Tokyo. So yeah, it was an incredible learning experience.
Did you think, like, I mean, we were just talking about your personal best, like, and then to have your personal best score on the biggest stage, like, obviously pure and utter confidence has to be a part of the equation when you go in, but did you think that that was achievable?
I did.
Yeah.
So I was extremely doubtful after going through training for the arena. So we went to our first competition, which was in Austria,
Yeah.
and I didn't know what to expect. And it was funny because so many of the other athletes that were there were calling me out in the press conference the night before. And I was just thinking in my head, like, I don't know what kind of shape I'm in. I don't know if I'm going to run very fast in the 100 meters, but when I went out there, I scored 8,995 points, and we had a plan afterwards, and we stayed healthy. The plan went according to plan, and I just knew that going into Tokyo with my lessons that I had learned through COVID and the type of fitness and shape that I was in, I knew that I was going to score really high, and we took it off right from the starting gun. And luckily enough, we were able to finish pretty strong.
Yeah, 10-12, I believe that starting gun was in Tokyo. I got two little ones at home, and I know how much it changed my life. I know you and your partner welcomed your first in March, Theodore. I know the pursuit when you're an athlete can be singular. Was there some perspective when your child was born?
There definitely was, and I think it gave me like a sense of balance. You know, for the longest time, sports has been like one of the most important things, if not the most important thing to me. So it seemed like 24/7, I was just constantly thinking about my sport. And when we were going through those tough times in the arena and only thinking about sport, really, it got really, really tough for me. But then around March, Theo was born. And after that, it gave me some balance where track wasn't necessarily the most important thing in my life anymore. There was other things. And it's been an incredible journey. He's going to be 9 months and 3 days, which is mind-boggling to me. He's walking around and getting into things, and I think our journey is just getting started. But it's been the most fun that I've ever had in my life, and I'm really enjoying it.
Did it let you breathe? Like, because I know, I mean, even in my business, I can be hard on myself. Like, is that what it did? Kind of let you breathe and gave you a little more room for your own error, if that makes sense?
Yeah, for sure. But it also, instead of me just thinking about what these final goals are, like to break a world record or to win an Olympic gold medal, I started to think about some other things, like what kind of role model am I going to be for my son? You know, when I go to schools and I preach to kids that you can do anything you set your mind to, I started thinking that this is a lesson this is a thing that I want to show my son in person, you know, that I set these goals when I was really young, and I had some great people around me that fostered those goals and helped me get them. And I want him to challenge himself as he's growing up to create some really, really crazy goals, and know that me and Jen and our family and the team that we created here are going to be right there to help him achieve them. So it was kind of like a learning lesson and an example that I wanted to set for him. And I'm really happy that it turned out the way it did. So it can be right there in the forefront that he can know that anything is possible.
Sometimes I need to be quiet, but I just whispered "awesome" halfway through that because it's awesome. I know from your IG, I'm not creeping or anything, but I know from your IG that there was something special with the day that he was born, March 11th. Do you sometimes kind of think that things are meant to be given the year that you just had?
Yeah, it's he was kind of like a gift, you know. My grandfather passed away the year before COVID, and his birthday was March 11th, the same day that Theo was born. And Jen's grandma is 97 now, I believe, and she was born on March 11th, and Jen's sister is born on March 11th, and it's just it's a really special day, obviously, for our family. But he came at the perfect time, right when I needed some motivation, and to have COVID start out and be so disruptive in our lives, and then for everything to turn around, I can't help but think that things are meant to be. And I'm just really, really happy that I was the recipient of all this. It's something I'll never forget.
Every once in a while, we have to pull this out here on this show. It's the ultimate compliment, hopefully, at least in our eyes. First time, long time for me. I'm a huge fan, and as you know, so is most of Canada now. So we really appreciate you taking the time and doing this.
Awesome. Thanks for having me on, guys. Take care. Happy holidays.
You too. All the best and congratulations once again. There is Damian Warner, the best athlete in the country.